A little over a year ago, I decided to make a YouTube channel all about living in Northern Virginia. In fact, I posted my first video on this topic on May 5th of last year. So I've learned so much over this past year on making videos all about Northern Virginia. So in this week's video, I'm gonna give you 8 things that I've learned all about living in Northern Virginia, and we're getting started right now. Boom! Hey everybody, it's David, your favorite realtor. It's another beautiful day right here in Northern Virginia. And if it's your first time here on my channel, smash that subscribe button, because every week I release videos all about living, moving to, working, playing, top neighborhoods, pros and cons, cost of living, basically everything that you need to know about living right here in Northern Virginia. So I'm so grateful because of this YouTube channel. I get so many calls, texts, emails almost every single day from folks just like you who are moving to Northern Virginia, and I'm so happy and grateful. So if you've been thinking about moving to the area, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. Just know I always got your back when you're moving to Northern Virginia. One year of making YouTube videos. Let's bust out the champagne and celebrate. Nah, it's actually too early right now. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. Actually, I'll just wait for tonight and drink the Macallan. Well, in all seriousness, 1 year straight of making YouTube videos. Have not missed a week. In fact, this is 53 straight weeks. I put so much work into this YouTube channel. I film everything myself. I take the drone out myself. I edit everything myself. It can take me up to 12 to 14 hours to make a long YouTube video. So I love it so much. But I've learned so much about Northern Virginia over this past year because I put a lot of research into this channel. And little things I already knew, but they're amplified just based on me filming and the research I've done. So I'm gonna make this video about 8 things that I've learned about Northern Virginia over the past year. So let's get started right now. Now for the first thing that I've learned about Northern Virginia, it is absolutely beautiful. And this is something I really noticed when I started adding drone shots to my YouTube videos. So this is a drone that I personally take out for a lot of my YouTube videos. But I really got to see Northern Virginia from a different perspective, because obviously with the drone shots. But Northern Virginia, it is stunning. It is beautiful. So much greenery, a lot of beautiful trees, a lot of man-made lakes. You have the Potomac River right across Leesburg and Sterling. Everything's so clean and manicured around here. And that's something I really noticed, like I said, once I started adding drone shots to my videos. So I love it, how clean and how beautiful Northern Virginia is. So that's something I really appreciate, something I really learned from making my YouTube videos. Now, next on my list is, it rains a lot here and it's windy a lot. Now, I may be being prisoner of the moment right now, and I would admit that. But if you look at the forecast, it shows rain 6 out of 7 days. I don't love that, not at all. And we get a lot of wind. So that's another thing I've noticed with, obviously since I take the drone out, a lot of days I can't take it out because if it's too windy, it's gonna crash. So a lot of my videos are really determined on how windy it is, and there's a lot of wind here. In fact, I got married last Friday, and originally we were gonna get married outside. We had to move it inside just because of the wind, because it was up to 40-mile-per-hour gusts. In fact, a friend of mine, a tree fell on his house that day, actually right in his garage, so it's gonna cost him a lot of money. So we get a lot of rain, we get a lot of wind, and this is something I've really noticed over this past year. Next on the list is, the majority of people who reach out to me from my YouTube channel, they want to live in Ashburn, and I'm sure I have a lot to do with this because I personally live in Ashburn. A lot of my videos are very Ashburn, Virginia based, but who will want to live here? Great schools, beautiful homes, great location, everything you need is gonna be right here. Cannot go wrong with Ashburn. And in fact, if you want to learn more about living in Ashburn, Virginia, check out this playlist right here. It got a lot of great content out there. But that's something I've really noticed over this past year, is that the majority of people reach out to me, they want to live in Ashburn. Now, next on my list is, now again, I'm being very biased, but I still believe Ashburn Village is the best neighborhood overall, especially in like Ashburn or even Loudoun County as a whole. Now again, being very biased because I personally live here, but over the past year, I filmed a lot of neighborhood tours on videos in Reston, Leesburg, South Riding, Aldie, Sterling, and I can definitely come to the senses that Ashburn Village is the best neighborhood. Great amenities, beautiful lakes. The location is a 10 out of 10. You have Whole Foods close by, Harris Teeter, Trader Joe's. You have one Loudoun super close. A lot of great pros about living in Ashburn Village. And in fact, I may have to be the mayor of Ashburn Village because I've helped a lot of folks move here because of my YouTube channel. And if you actually want to learn more about Ashburn Village, I did a whole neighborhood spotlight on it. Check it out and check out the awesome drone shots. But again, I still believe it's the best neighborhood overall. Now for the fifth thing that I learned really a lot this past year about living in Northern Virginia is I hear and see a lot of airplanes. So like I said, I live in Ashburn, probably 5 miles away from Dulles Airport. And I remember I did a video earlier this year about 6 reasons not to move to Northern Virginia. And one of the reasons was you hear a lot of airplanes. So I remember I purposely tried to see how many planes I would see or hear. And I remember I saw 5 planes fly literally over my house in a 15-minute period. So I was like, wow, did not realize it was that much. So now I've kind of noticed it more, that I do hear a lot of airplanes more and I see them way more just because, you know, once you focus on, you see more. However, with that being said, it's not like overly loud, like you can't live here. Like if I'm not even paying attention, I will not hear it. But I do notice, I do see a lot more airplanes than I did before I started this YouTube channel. Now the next thing that I've learned a lot about living in Northern Virginia is Leesburg is awesome. I've learned so much about Leesburg over this past year. I think I've done like 4 or 5 videos just based on Leesburg alone. And my conclusion is, if I had to move away from Ashburn, I think Leesburg would be probably #1 on my spot. It's great location, it's beautiful, very charming, especially with a downtown historic Leesburg. Beautiful homes, and it's just, you're very close to the wineries. So many pros of living in Leesburg. So that's something I definitely learned over this past year, is Leesburg's awesome. Now next on the list that I've definitely learned this past year is home prices have shot up through the roof. And I have done a lot of research on this, especially I have some videos based on our local Northern Virginia housing market. And if you look at Fairfax and Loudoun County, those are the 2 main counties that I personally work in, they both shot up 12% compared to this time last year. So you can see this graph right here. The median sales price for a home in Fairfax County last year was $627,000. And now if you look at it this year, it's $700,000. And the median sales price for a home in Loudoun County in 2020 was $581,000. Compare that to this year, it's $655,000. And the biggest reason for this huge price increase compared to last year, it's a supply and demand issue, and COVID's had a lot to do with it. I don't want to dive in too deep because in fact, I just did a video on it last week about home prices are skyrocketing. So if you want to learn more about that, go check it out. Last but not least, and this is not really has to do with Northern Virginia, but I personally learned a lot on how to make YouTube videos. Like I said, I learned how to fly a drone, I learned how to film, how to edit. Like I said, I do everything 100% myself. And if you look at this clip from one of my earlier videos, literally a year ago, no cool background. I was filming it with my phone. So I just learned a little bit over time, and I just really enhanced my videos to what it is today. So I plan to keep on learning, keep on making awesome content, because my #1 goal with this channel is to provide so much value for you guys. Whether you reach out to me or not, I just want you to know as much about living in Northern Virginia as possible. And I promise so much more great content coming this next year. And I appreciate everybody out there, and I'll see you on the next video.